Out of all the buildings in Dreamlight Valley, Merlin's house has to be by far the one I've been most excited to update. On its own, Merlin's place is fun, dynamic, and very eye-catching. However, that all gets cranked up to 11 with these magical-themed items I've unlocked. The first step in this process was picking the perfect location. Merlin's house can go just about anywhere, but I chose the Forest of Valor because I always imagined his place tucked away in the woods. But not like scary woods. When you happen to find Merlin's house, it should look cozy and inviting. That way, if you get attacked by a bear or something while you're on a hike, you can seek refuge in this magical abode where a friendly wizard will be more than happy to tend to your gruesome wounds. The next step in this process was to set aside all of the primary items I wanted to use to put this together. When you start building in Dreamlight Valley, I highly recommend you take this step for yourself because it'll do a few things. You'll have a good idea of what items you have on hand, how big they are, and if you need to order more. It also keeps you from having to open the building menus over and over and over again, only to forget what you're looking for in the first place due to the way your tabs are organized. Once all that's done though, it's time to start building. Now, if you know anything about me, you know that I love symmetry in my builds. If you know anything about Dreamlight Valley, then you're likely also aware that Dreamlight Valley hates your symmetry, and will stop at nothing to make sure that your items never line up properly. I did my best throughout this build to work around that though. I took my time working on the lights, pillars, and wells around Merlin's house until I had it set up in a pleasing way. A common thing I tend to do once my big items are symmetrically placed is start finding random items that I can put around to help fit the vibe I'm going for. In the end, I do like how these extra items look around the house, but to be honest, I'm still practicing putting things down randomly in a way that makes sense. I think my biggest challenge here is just how distracting some of these items can be. Maybe it all started with one crate, and then he got like a shipment of mead. And so, you know, he's like, all right, fine, I'll put this somewhere. I don't really drink mead. And then he got another shipment of mead, and he's like, I really seriously don't drink mead, and I don't know what's going on. Another shipment of mead came in, and Merlin's like, okay, who's sending me here? I don't drink. I don't understand. I was very clear. My subscription to Mead Weekly is back, I guess. He got a fourth shipment of mead, guys. Dreamlight Valley has some incredible landscaping tools, and once I had all of the items moved around Merlin's house, I started digging into those menus and pulling out various trees, shrubs, and rocks. Again, my overall goal here was to make Merlin's house feel a bit hidden in the forest, which is why this cleverly placed sign is here directing you to a totally different point of interest. So far, this is easily my favorite build ever. I normally don't like building at night during live streams, but in this case, I was glad to thanks to the lighting we were using around Merlin's house. While this build on its own is certainly subscribe-worthy, the one I did for Scrooge also looks amazing, and you should check out the video that's just popped up on the screen now so that you can take a look for yourself.